Some say the MCU is losing its spark, but the Thunderbolts trailer just reignited the hype. From the visually arresting image of Yelena Belova striding into the shadowy void engulfing New York City to Red Guardian's hilarious American dream, complete with a Wheaties box fantasy, this trailer is packed with moments that have fans buzzing. That striking image of Yelena Belova fearlessly marching into the encroaching darkness over New York City is undeniably a top highlight, landing at number 10 and instantly sparking a flurry of questions. Is this a literal confrontation with a shadowy entity threatening the city? Perhaps the Void represents a powerful new adversary or a cataclysmic event that demands her attention. Alternatively, the scene could be rich with symbolic meaning. Is Yelena stepping into the void of her own troubled history, finally ready to face the ghosts of her past and the morally gray areas she's navigated? The dramatic lighting and her determined gait suggest a pivotal moment of reckoning, hinting at a profound internal struggle playing out against the backdrop of external chaos. This enigmatic scene masterfully layers action with potential emotional depth, leaving us breathlessly eager to uncover the true nature of the Void and Yelena's role in confronting it. But here's another thought. Could this Void be a symbol for the chaotic state of the MCU after Endgame and the blip? Think about it, half the universe was gone for 5 years, and then suddenly everyone's back. There's bound to be some serious fallout, both physically and emotionally. Maybe the Void represents that sense of instability and uncertainty that's hanging over the MCU. And speaking of connections, this whole Void situation might tie into the upcoming Daredevil Born Again series. It seems like Matt Murdock and his buddies will also be dealing with the aftermath of this crazy Void attack. Could we see a crossover between the Thunderbolts and Daredevil? I wouldn't rule it out. Alright, sliding into number 9 on our countdown, we catch a slick callback to the original Black Widow herself. Remember that iconic moment in Iron Man 2 when Natasha Romanoff flawlessly neutralized a security guard with that signature lightning quick double tap from her Widow's Bite stingers? Well, it looks like Yelena Belova was paying close attention to her adoptive sister's moves. In the Thunderbolts trailer, we see Yelena dispatching an enemy with a strikingly similar double tap, this time delivered with lethal efficiency from a handgun. Could this be a deliberate visual cue signaling that Yelena is not just carrying the Black Widow mantle, but truly stepping into Natasha's role as the MCU's premier, no-nonsense assassin? It certainly feels like a powerful statement. However, while the move is a clear homage, it also underscores the fascinating differences between Yelena and Natasha's approaches. Natasha was renowned for her balletic grace, her movements precise and almost ethereal in their elegance. Yelena, on the other hand, embodies a more visceral, almost brutal style. She fights with a raw intensity, a kind of untamed ferocity that suggests a different kind of training and a fundamentally different personality. This isn't to say she's less skilled, but her style is definitely more rough around the edges, as you said. It's this very rawness, this palpable intensity that makes Yelena so captivating to watch. She's both terrifying and utterly compelling, and I'm incredibly eager to see how this distinct character and fighting style will evolve within the context of the Thunderbolts team. At number 8, we get a glimpse into Red Guardian's life after Black Widow. It seems our beloved Russian super soldier has made himself at home in America, complete with an American flag mug and a poster of himself rocking that glorious Red Guardian suit. But wait, isn't he a former Russian spy? Shouldn't he be behind bars? Well, it seems the MCU has a forgive and forget policy when it comes to heroes who eventually do the right thing, kind of like Bucky Barnes, who went from brainwashed assassin to Avenger. It's all about redemption and second chances, baby. And let's be real, Red Guardian probably took advantage of the open border policy during the blip to sneak into the US. Who can blame him? America's got the best burgers, the best superheroes, and the best, well, everything. It's hilarious to see him embracing the American dream, even if he's still got that thick Russian accent. Alright, before we get back to the really big reveals, let's slide in number 7, which is something a bit more subtle but definitely worth noting, the vibe of the Thunderbolts team itself. Look closely at the scenes where they're all together. Does this look like a cohesive, well-oiled machine ready to save the world? Not exactly. There's a palpable sense of awkwardness, almost forced camaraderie in these group shots. Think about it. You've got Yelena, intense and focused, Red Guardian booming and oblivious, Bucky Barnes perpetually brooding, US agent simmering with barely contained aggression, Ghost phasing in and out, probably not thrilled to be there, and Taskmaster, well, her face is covered, but she she doesn't exactly scream team player either. This isn't your classic Avengers lineup of heroes who genuinely like each other. This feels more like a collection of individuals who have been assembled, maybe even coerced, into working together. There's a tension in the air, a sense that these characters are operating on different wavelengths, possibly even actively disliking each other. This could be a really interesting dynamic to explore in the film. Will they learn to trust each other? Will they constantly be at each other's throats? Or will they simply be Val's pawns, begrudgingly following orders while secretly plotting their own agendas? The trailer hints at a team that's anything but harmonious, and that inherent friction could be just as explosive as any external threat they face. It definitely makes you wonder if their biggest challenge will be the mission itself, or just surviving each other. Number 6 takes us all the way back to the Battle of New York. If you've got eyes like a hawk, you might have spotted Loki's Scepter in a display case filled with rare artifacts. Remember that awesome weapon that housed the Mind Stone? It seems like it's been demoted to a museum piece now that the Mind Stone is gone. Talk about a fall from grace. But hey, at least it's a cool reminder of the epic battle that brought the Avengers together in the first place. Hold on to your hats, because some fans are saying the MCU is losing its way, but I'm here to tell you, if you think that was cool, you haven't seen anything yet. Coming in hot at number 5, we're talking about a location change that could redefine the entire landscape of the MCU. Avengers Tower is back, but not as you know it. Remember Avengers Tower? Well, it's got a new owner and a new look. Val has bought the iconic skyscraper, and it seems she's turning it into the headquarters for a shadowy organization called OXEE. But that's not all. Those black additions to the building are a clear nod to the Sentry's base in the comics, the Watchtower. Could this be where Val is keeping Bob, aka Sentry, under wraps? It sure looks that way. Unfortunately, sliding in at number 4 on our list is a potentially grim observation about Taskmaster's future in the MCU. The trailer paints a concerning picture for Antonia Dreykov. We see her prominently featured in the earlier, almost claustrophobic bunker scenes, suggesting she's part of the initial team assembly and perhaps some early missions. However, as the trailer progresses and the action escalates to a large-scale final battle scenario, Taskmaster is conspicuously absent. This absence raises a serious red flag. Could this be more than just clever editing? Is it possible that Taskmaster's storyline takes a tragic turn and she doesn't make it to the climactic showdown? The thought definitely casts a shadow over her character's prospects. It reinforces the unsettling possibility that Val, in her ruthless pursuit of power and control, views the Thunderbolts not as a team, but as disposable assets. Taskmaster, with her complicated past and potentially volatile nature, could easily be deemed expendable in Val's grand scheme. While we can hope for a different outcome, the trailer hints at a potentially heartbreaking end for Antonia Dreykov, leaving us worried that her arc might be cut short in this film. Number 3 is a hilarious callback to Avengers. Remember when Loki declared, "I have an army"? Well, in the Thunderbolts trailer, Val delivers a similar line in her limousine, "We have a Hulk." This is clearly a reference to Sentry, who has incredible Hulk-like strength, but it's more than just a funny line. It shows how Val is trying to assemble her own powerful team to replace the Avengers. She wants to be the one in control, the one calling the shots. Is she setting herself up as the next big bad of the MCU? Only time will tell. Number 2 on our list gives us a chilling hint about Sentry's true nature. When we hear his voice in the trailer, it sounds distorted and almost demonic. This could be a sign that he's not entirely in control of his powers, or that something more sinister is going on. Could Val be working with Mephisto, as some rumors suggest? This distorted voice definitely adds to the mystery surrounding Sentry and his role in the film. And finally, our number 1 Easter egg is Red Guardian's hilarious dream of being on the Wheaties box. He even pictures the team posing with a little kitty toy. This is a funny nod to his rivalry with Captain America and his desire for the same kind of recognition and fame. And get this, Marvel actually released a poster of the Thunderbolts on a Wheaties box, making this Easter egg even more meta. Want to dive even deeper into superhero secrets? Don't forget to check out our previous video where we break down all the Easter eggs you might have missed in the Fantastic Four trailer. Click the link in the description to watch it now.